Now into our 14th month of quarantine, and a lot of people are feeling the effects of isolation and loneliness. As you just heard, the president is concerned that the most recent stockpiling of supplies has crippled our country's ability to maintain adequate food reserves. Hence, millions of people are feeling the effects of hunger and malnutrition. We will broadcast more as we get it.
Howdy, friends, young and old. Introducing Potato Head Generation 3 with our new improved mixture of friendship soil.
The film Potato Head did a great job of quickly establishing how high the stakes are in terms of the external environment, as well as the environment within the apartment, and how this man's basic needs are not being met. And therefore, it made sense that something as strange and childish as this potato head doll might appeal to him in this moment. And I think that the success of the film is due to its sort of repetition and us getting to see subtle changes in the potato head doll and this man's personal circumstances as time goes on. And I think that despite the extremity of his circumstance, he seems to, for the most part, remain calm and actually find a lot of solace in having this doll initially. But we, I think, do sense in terms of the tone of the film that something horrific is going to take place. And therefore, I found it really satisfying as a viewer to see this man's hunger eventually get the best of him, and the monster that he becomes as a result of that, and the potato head doll.
Potato Head was incredibly disturbing, and I did not know that potatoes could be quite so scary until today. Really, really interesting. I think I'd love to give a shout out just to the filmmakers for doing a really great job world building. I felt like we had a really clear idea of what the state of the world was, how much time was passing by, what the circumstances are, and what this guy's day-to-day life looks like in this almost bunker. Obviously, he's incredibly lonely, and he's getting bombarded with this constant ad for this potato head friend. So yeah, naturally, of course, he's going to end up purchasing it, and would have been really, really great if he had followed the directions and did not use, I think it was bong water, because it was this terrifying little thing with teeth, and then he turned it. It was a lot. I feel like it's going to give me weird, weird nightmares.
I loved his desperate, edgy performance, and the perky narration of the TV commercial is creepy in its perkiness. Basically, the potato head doll is to fight loneliness. I thought it was quite clever to use real black and white commercial footage of kids with the original potato head dolls, along with the new version type. I also enjoyed the cheerful music of the ad as a strong contrast to the scary idea. Very strong metaphor of people becoming couch potatoes if they are in quarantine alone for weeks.
It was very interesting, very, funny, satirical horror piece for sure. Interesting take on Mr. Potato Head. I definitely had one of those when I was like 5. Don't remember it being this horrific, but that's part of the satire, of course. So yeah, no, it was a good story. It was well planned out, well executed. The lead actor did a great job. The doll looked terrifying. So the special effects, the sculptor that created that did a really good job. So yeah, it was good pacing, it was well done, well directed, good use of score, and having a pandemic theme kind of makes it timely for sure.
What I really want to commend this short for is just how disturbing the potato head looks. Putting human teeth on things that shouldn't have teeth definitely does not look right. I also love the insanity creep aspect of it, of the maddening nature of isolation, which I think a lot of us are familiar with right now. or like we had to go through it, and it's the days blend and merge, and I always love how um, a lot of these scenarios kind of turn COVID into a very end of the world scenario.
Good balance of getting me to laugh, but also sort of sympathizing with the horror here. The potato head itself was pretty disturbing. Great job to the props department just putting that together. Yeah, it was it was pretty terrifying. Um, but I like the way all this unfolded. Using the quarantine as framing was a great idea. So we got to see the potato grow that way, and it just made sense, showing us the progression by the title cards. So that was really smart, and it was just kind of interesting to go on this sort of a isolated journey with our lead here and just get inside his head, and yeah, just sort of experience this one.
This one is eerily relatable on the effects of the quarantine and disturbing to a very high level on the emotional support produce ad they showcase during the film. They perhaps speak of the implications of falling victim to TV ads and then letting our most primary urges flow. It had great special effects, and yeah, it was creepy and a lot of thought going on there.
It is a potato on steroids, and it is the property of Rob Hinterstein, who's playing the actor living in the basement of Old House during the COVID epidemic, and there's some interesting side comments about that. It is written and directed by Joel Harlow, and it has an interesting premise, and it works its way to a conclusion in quite an eerie fashion.